Welcome to the One Place East Talking newsletter for July 2025, edition number 26. So at the top of the first page, there is a green background. On the right-hand side of that background, there is a white One Place East logo and bold white text which reads Newsletter July 2025. And on the left-hand side of that green image, there is a quarter of a sunflower, with big yellow petals sort of overlaid on top of the image. The middle of that page, as always, there are three images. From left to right, the first image is of three ladies who are sat round a table. They're all looking directly at the camera and all have very big smiles on their faces. The image was actually taken at our recent quiz night fundraiser. So in front of them on the table, there are a few raffle tickets, a few pieces of paper and a pen. The middle image is of two people, a man and a woman, who are both looking directly at the camera. They appear to be in like a restaurant. The lady is standing at the front and she has her thumb up. And again, they've both got really big smiles on their faces. And then on the right-hand side is another image from the Quiz Night fundraiser. And that is of Andy Murphy and Margaret Summers. Andy was actually the quiz master for the night. So he's dressed up in a really lovely blue suit. And Margaret's standing beside him. He's got his arm around her and she's wearing a lovely floral dress. And they, again, are both looking directly at the camera and look like they're actually laughing mid-photo. So, yeah, three really lovely images. And then underneath that, there is black text which reads, From Questions to Kindness, a fundraising night to remember. We're absolutely thrilled to share the amazing success of our Quiz Night fundraiser on Friday the 27th of June 2025. Together, we raised over £1,000. A heartfelt thank you goes out to everyone who joined us for an evening of trivia, laughter and community spirit. Whether you were there to flex your quiz muscles or just came for the snacks, your presence made the night truly special. From buying raffle tickets to cheering on your teammates, your generosity and good vibes were off the charts. A special shout out to Andy Murphy, our incredible last-minute quizmaster, who stepped in and absolutely smashed it. Your energy and quick wit kept the night buzzing. Thank you, Andy. This is just the beginning. We've got more exciting events in the pipeline, so stay tuned. Let's keep the momentum going and continue making a difference together. With gratitude. And then on the right-hand side of this, there is a light yellow text box with black text, which reads the contents of the newsletter, well, some of the contents. So it reads Inside Disability Festival in the Park, page 2, Met Engage, page 3, Upcoming Events, pages 4 and 5, and OPEC Update and Events, pages 6 and 7, and much more. And that is the end of the first page. Page 2. So the top of the page on the left-hand side, there is a logo for the Disability Festival in the Park. That logo is the words Disability Festival in the Park in like word art, but all of the letters of the word disability are different colours. And the A is actually a person in a wheelchair holding up a love heart. And then on the right-hand side in bright text, there is Disability Festival in the Park, a celebration of inclusion and community. Together in joy, united in diversity. Wednesday, the 23rd of July, 2025, from 12 till 7 p.m. at Christchurch Green, Wanstead, E11 2RH. And then underneath that heading in black text reads, In a world where inclusion is often spoken of but not always practiced, the upcoming Disability Festival in the Park stands as a shining example of what true community engagement looks like. Scheduled for Wednesday, July the 23rd, from 12 to 7 p.m. at Christchurch Green, Wanstead. This event is more than just a day out. It's a celebration of diversity, ability and unity. At its heart, the festival is a joyful rebellion against the barriers, both physical and social, that too often isolate individuals with disabilities. With a thoughtfully curated lineup of activities, performances and exhibitions, the event invites everyone, regardless of ability, to participate, connect and celebrate. From mini tennis and Zumba to live drumming sessions, the festival pulses with energy and movement. The inclusion of Mr. Zippy the Magician and an ABBA tribute band ensures that entertainment is both accessible and engaging. Meanwhile, the Laugh Able Comedy Showcase brings a refreshing dose of humour, proving that laughter truly is a universal language. But the festival isn't just about fun, it's also about visibility and empowerment. The Local Heroes exhibition by Uniting Friends offers a platform to celebrate the achievements of individuals who often go unrecognised. It's a reminder that heroism comes in many forms, often quietly and always with resilience. Children are far from forgotten, with bouncy castles, funfair rides and arts and crafts, ensuring that young minds are engaged and inspired. For those seeking a quieter moment, the Vintage Tea area offers a charming retreat, while the Information Village provides valuable resources for individuals and families navigating disability services. What makes this festival truly remarkable is its collaborative spirit. Sponsored by a coalition of local organisations, it reflects a community that doesn't just talk about inclusion, but actively builds it. And most importantly, entry is free. In a time when access often comes with a price tag, this gesture speaks volumes about the festival's ethos, that joy, connection and celebration should be available to all. To enable us to keep the festival free to attend, we rely heavily on grants, sponsorships and donations. You can support the day by donating to our Just Giving page, by scanning the QR code or visiting www.justgiving.com/page/disfest2025. For more information or to discuss sponsorships, please contact dafestivalredbridge@gmail.com or 07944 119 899. And then on the right hand side of those contact details, there is a QR code which says donate here, which takes you directly to the Just Giving page. And then just above that, there is a bright blue bold text box. And on the left hand side, there's a picture of a lady at the festival with a One Place East t-shirt on, looking directly at the camera with a really big smile on her face. And then besides that, there is a quote. And the quote was provided by Sam Levine, who is the lady in the photo. And it says, "I love being a part of the festival because I can be myself. The festival helps to raise awareness with the general public and show that just because we have a disability, we are not different and have skill and talent." So thank you, Sam, for providing that quote. And then at the very bottom of that page, it reads, "Please find enclosed flyer with this newsletter." So usually I would do the flyer inserts at the end, but as this one directly relates to the article, I will touch on that now. So there's an A5 flyer enclosed with the newsletter, or attached if it's via email. The background of that flyer is like a greeny blue teal colour, and at the top there is a big sun, and then on top of that sun is the Disability Festival in the Park logo that I mentioned earlier. There is some bunting on the right and left hand top sides of the flyer, and then the whole flyer basically is just images and logos of things that will be happening at the event. So to start from left to right, there's a tennis ball, and on top of that says accessible sports activities, including mini tennis and Zumba. There is a picture of a magician who's wearing a headset with like a bird puppet on his hand, and underneath reads Magician Mississippi. There is a big disco ball, and on top of that reads ABBA Tribute. There's a cup of tea in like a china teacup, and it reads Vintage Tea and Local Heroes Exhibition by Uniting Friends. There is a monkey that looks like he's dancing, and underneath that is Monkey's Wedding. There is a picture of a white marquee, and underneath that reads Information Village. There is the La Fable logo, because La Fable will be doing the comedy showcase. There is a picture of a bouncy castle, and it also reads Funfair Rides. There's also a picture of 3 men standing at a decks, and they're all doing some DJing, and it has DJ sounds from Dirty Stopouts and Well Academy. And then lastly, for the images, there's a picture of some pens and some arts and crafts stuff. And on top reads, obviously, arts and crafts. And then there is what looks like a ticket, and it says free entry on it. And then in the very centre of the flyer, there is a wooden board, and on top of that board is text which reads the date, the time, and the venue, which obviously I've already read out. There is also a QR code on the on the page, which links to our Facebook event page. And then at the very bottom, it reads, and so much more. For more information, contact 07944 119 899 or dafestivalredbridge@gmail.com. And then lastly, at the very, very bottom of the flyer are the logos of all of those involved in the planning and the organisation of the festival. So from left to right is Vision Redbridge Culture and Leisure, Health Watch Redbridge, One Place East, London Borough of Redbridge, Catholic Fellowship, Disability Network, who are now known as CFDN. So, yeah, their logo's been updated since this flyer was printed. Colours of Redbridge, Redbridge Forum, Snaresbrook Arts Project, the Stowe Brothers, and Well Enterprises. So that is the end of page 2 and the enclosed flyer. Page 3 is split into 2 sections. So the top half is a grey big text box, and it's got on the bottom left hand side diagonal stripes of green, blue, white, yellow and red. And then on the grey part of that box is white text which reads July is Disability Pride Month. Underneath that there is text which reads July marks Disability Pride Month, a time to celebrate and recognise the ability, resilience and achievements of the disabled community in the UK. It is also a time to raise awareness, challenge discrimination and highlight the many barriers that disabled members of our community face on a daily basis to their everyday lives. With more than 14 million people living with a disability in the UK, it's a sad reality that many disabled people still cannot access many of the buildings, goods and services that non-disabled people take for granted. The Disability Pride flag pictured above, so that is the grey, green, blue, white, yellow and red stripes, with its bright and vibrant colours, was created by Anne McGill in 2019. Each colour symbolises specific types of disabilities. So the red is physical disabilities, the gold, which is yellow, is neurodivergent, such as autism and ADHD, the white is invisible and undiagnosed disabilities, the blue is mental illnesses, so anxiety, depression and others, and the green is sensory disabilities, deafness, blindness and others. Let's celebrate our differences this Disability Pride Month and support the rights of disabled people and be a part of the change we want to see. So that's the end of that article. And then underneath is an article for the Metropolitan Police. So it has a very blue header, and on top of that header there is a white Metropolitan Police logo, text which reads more trust, less crime, higher standards. And then the heading is Met Engage Community Crime Fighting. And then underneath that in black text is the article which reads, the Metropolitan Police are transforming to become a service that truly delivers for you. Through their new platform, Met Engage, you can get to know your local officers, help shape how they police your local area, and have direct access to key information and advice. This isn't just a platform that allows the Met to tell you what they're doing in your area. It's an opportunity for you to tell them what's concerning you most so they can take action on the things that truly matter to you. For more information, please scan the QR code, which is pictured to the left, or visit metengage.co.uk. If you would like support to access the app, you can contact the One Place East Tech Assistance Project on 0208 925 2435 or email info@oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of page 3. So as always, pages 4 and 5 are that of One Place East upcoming events. So the top of page 4 is a purple box and inside is a white One Place East logo, white bold text with a black outline which reads upcoming events. And then on the right hand side of the header is a green box and inside white text which reads scan me, and then a QR code which will take you directly to our One Place East website, which is our events calendar. So from top to bottom, the first event is One Place East Reminiscence Group, which takes place every Monday from 2 to 4 p.m. at the One Place East office. It says, are you looking for a welcoming space to share cherished memories and connect with others who appreciate the past? Our weekly reminiscence group is the perfect place to relive treasured moments, swap stories, and build friendships through shared experiences. For more information, please contact the One Place East office. A lot of the contact details in these events is the One Place East office generic number and email, so I will just read that at the end, so I'm not repeating myself for you guys. Next is One Place East pop-up. So we are at the library every Tuesday from 11 till 1 p.m, and that is Redbridge Central Library in Clements Road. Want to know more about the services we offer? Pop into Redbridge Central Library anytime between 11 to 1 every Tuesday to speak to a friendly member of our team. For more information, please contact the One Place East office. Third, on page 4, is Create to Market design workshops. So they take place every Thursday from 10:30 till 4, again at the One Place East office. Come along to our weekly Create to Market sessions to design and create various items that we will put up for sale on our online shop or our pop-up markets through the year. For more information or to book, please contact the One Place East office number, or you can email saifur.valley, that's saifur.valli @oneplaceeast.org. Fourth event is the Proper Blokes Club team in Redbridge. So they meet outside Ilford Station every Thursday at 7 p.m. Join the Proper Blokes Club peer-to-peer weekly walk and talk group. Meet at Ilford Station at 7 p.m. every Thursday evening and start talking about what really matters. For more information, please contact Scott on 07397 501 110, or you can email theproperblokesclub@gmail.com. And then the last event on page 4 is Calming the Mind and Body. So that is held every Saturday or one Saturday each month. So July's one is on the 19th from 3 till 5 p.m, and that is online via Zoom. Suitable for anyone suffering from overwhelm, anxiety, depression, PTSD, chronic health conditions, or if you're just wanting to fully relax, unwind and connect with yourself and others. To book, please visit tinyurl.com/OPECMB2025, or you can contact the One Place East office number or email runup@oneplaceeast.org. So that is the end of page 4, but the events continue on into page 5. So top of page 5 is Gaming Social Gaming Group for Adults. So we've got the dates actually here for July and August. So the July's dates are Wednesday the 16th and 30th, and August are Wednesday the 13th and 27th. And they're all running from 5 till 7 p.m. at the One Place East office. Come along and join us at our social gaming group for adults with a learning disability, autism, physical disability or lived experience of mental health. A fun social group in a safe space with some wellbeing activities thrown into. For more information or to join, contact Andy Murphy on 0208 925 2435, or you can email andy.murphy@oneplaceeast.org. Underneath that is the One Place East site support group. So the next meeting is on Tuesday the 5th of August from 11 till 1 p.m, and that's at the Gloucester room of Redbridge Central Library. One Place East run a monthly site support group meeting for visually impaired people. These meetings give people the chance to socialise and strengthen the bonds of our community. To book or for more information, please contact 07377 170210, or you can email aways.niaz@oneplaceeast.org. Next is One Place Voice for adults with a learning disability. So that will be held on Tuesday the 12th of August from 6 till 8 p.m, again at the One Place East office. Do you have a learning disability? Do you live in the London Borough of Redbridge? If the answer is yes, then why not come along to our monthly service users get together. These gatherings give people a voice and a chance to speak up about things that are important to them. For more information or to book, contact 07814 205 741, or you can email carol.gardner@oneplaceeast.org. Next is Thinking About Thinking. That's on Wednesday the 13th of August from 3 till 5 p.m. at the One Place East office. Curious about life's big and small questions? Join our relaxed 2-hour session with games, puzzles, and real-life examples, all centred on disability and inclusion. No pressure to speak, just come and listen, share, and explore ideas. There's no right answers, just great conversations. Everyone's welcome, no need to book, just turn up. For more information, please contact the One Place East office. And then very lastly, on the end of page 5 is the upcoming dates for One Place East for Change. So information sharing meeting will be on Tuesday the 26th of July from 2 till 4 p.m. at the York Room of Redbridge Central Library. And the campaign meeting is on Tuesday the 12th of August from 4 till 6 p.m. at the One Place East office. You do not need to book for either of these events. You can just turn up. You can contact the One Place East office on 0208 925 2435 or email erica.miles, that's miles, at oneplaceeast.org. So that is the end of page 5, but just before I close, I will just say the generic contact details for most of these is 0208 925 2435 and the email is info@oneplaceeast.org. So that is the end of pages 4 and 5 and of upcoming events for One Place East. Page 6, at the top of the page there is a One Place East for Change logo, which is the One Place East logo, and then yellow text box underneath with a blue bold text inside which reads for change. The Inclusion London logo in the middle, which is like a teal greeny blue colour, and it is just the words Inclusion London. And on the right hand side, a Citizens Advice Redbridge logo, which is a blue speech bubble with white text inside which reads Citizens Advice. And then on the right hand side of that speech bubble is dark blue text which reads Redbridge. Underneath those 3 logos, there is a purple text box with white text inside which reads Disabled people take a stand and force government U-turn on benefit cuts. On the 24th of July, disabled people came together for a crucial event focused on understanding and opposing the government's proposed disability benefit cuts. The event was held in partnership with Citizens Advice, Inclusion London and Redbridge Council, giving disabled people the information and tools they needed to respond. One Place East project worker Jay Aswani took a leading role in organising the event, and his colleague May Anwar helped out on the night. Citizens Advice gave an overview of the proposed changes, which included cuts to personal independence payment, PIP, and stricter eligibility criteria. Amar Banzil from Redbridge Council's outlined local services available to support residents. Inclusion London then rounded off the event with practical advice on how people could take action, including writing to their MPs and joining campaigners to stop the bill. On the 1st of July, the day of the parliamentary vote, 6 people came into the One Place East office to get support writing letters to their MP, calling on them to oppose the bill. Under growing pressure from disabled people, campaign groups and advocates across the country, the government has abandoned the most damaging cuts proposed to PIP benefits. However, not all elements of the bill were scrapped. The government is still going ahead to push plans to cut universal credit for new disabled claimants by halving the UC health element for those who are too ill to work. This will result in a £2,400 loss every year for those new claimants compared to current claimants. The fight is far from over. If you weren't able to take out part earlier, now is your chance. And then underneath in bold text reads, Act now, write to your MP about welfare benefit cuts. You can use the template letter provided by Inclusion London to write to your MP and tell them these changes are unacceptable by scanning a QR code which is pictured to the left or visiting www.tinyurl.com/IL template letter. And that is the end of page 6. Page 7, so top of the page again is a One Place East for Change logo, and beside that in a blue text box with yellow text reads upcoming events. So there are 2 events upcoming for OPEC, which is what we call it for short. So the first is on Tuesday the 12th of August from 1:30 till 3:30, and that is at the One Place East office. And it says, come and meet colleagues from Redbridge Council and speak with staff from Work Redbridge and the anti-poverty lead for Redbridge on Tuesday the 12th of August. Join us for a friendly and practical session exploring how you can get the help you need. What's on offer? Support with work-ready skills, help exploring job options at your pace, budgeting tips and money management advice, info on local financial support and benefits, and the space to ask questions and get one-to-one support. And then underneath that is the second event, which is on Wednesday the 20th of August from 5:30 till 7:30, and that will be held at the York and Gloucester rooms of Redbridge Central Library. Speak directly with your local MPs about how proposed benefit cuts will impact you and your community. All MPs for Redbridge have been invited, so that's Wes Streeting for Ilford North, Right Honourable Ian Duncan Smith for Chingford and Woodford Green, Calvin George Bailey for Leighton and Wanstead, and Jazz Athwell for Ilford South. It says, share your experiences face-to-face with your MP, raise concerns about benefit cuts and other key issues impacting disabled people. Connect with others by taking a stand in our local community. The local press will be attending and your voice can help shape the public debate. And then at the bottom of both of those two events, there is a yellow text box which has a QR code in the text box which can be scanned, or black text which reads, to book onto either event, scan the QR code or visit www.oneplaceeast.org/OPEC events, so that's OPEC events. Or for more information or support with booking, contact 0208 925 2435 or email erica.miles@oneplaceeast.org. And that's the end of page 7. Page 8 is a very bright, colourful page. So at the very top, there is an image of about 5 people sat around a table looking like they're having a discussion. And then underneath that is a yellow text box which reads, help shape the future of OPE activities and join us for, and then in blue text, a co-production workshop. And then in black, smaller text underneath, bring your thinking hats, creative minds and share your ideas. In a fast-changing world, One Place East, in brackets OPE, are thinking about how we tackle the causes of inequality. By inequality, we mean poverty, disadvantage and discrimination. OPE has grown a lot since 1997, transforming what we do and how it's delivered. We annually support 49% more disabled people than we did in 2022. The focus now must be on strengthening our work over the long term. We are a creative bunch, ambitious to ensure our user-led charity makes a lasting change. We have designed a co-production workshop to have meaningful conversation with people about their hopes, goals and the barriers they face. This will help OPE make the best use of funding and the talent that it has. We are inviting any service users, that's past and present, staff and volunteers who are interested in taking part in these conversations to attend one workshop. The workshop runs twice, so as many people who have lived through these issues of inequality can work together and influence our future. So the 2 dates available, so you only need to attend one, is Tuesday the 29th of July from 1 till 4:30 in the afternoon, or Wednesday the 3rd of September from 10 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. Lunch will be provided at both workshops and we will be reimbursing travel expenses, so if you do get a taxi or any use your Oyster or whatever, just make sure you bring a receipt and we can reimburse that. Places are limited, so please book by scanning the QR code or visiting www.oneplaceeast.org/co-production. For support with booking or for more information, please contact 0208 925 2435 or info@oneplaceeast.org. And that is the end of page 8. Page 9 is a flyer for the Talent Network. So top left-hand side of the page is a One Place East logo and the Talent Network logo. And then it has the Talent Network in bold green text and underneath funded by CABWE awarding body. And then in black text below is the current programme of events for the Talent Network. There will be additional courses, workshops, podcasts and employer visits scheduled during the year and added to this schedule. So the first part of the schedule is for September 2025. So there's basic counselling skills with Mike Phillips, and that is on Monday the 15th and Tuesday the 16th of September from 10 till 4 p.m, and that is a 2-day course, so you have to attend both dates. There's Helping Hand, managing feelings, behaviours, self-esteem, confidence and developing resilience with Mike Phillips, and that is held on Monday the 22nd and Tuesday the 23rd of September from 10 till 4 p.m. also, and that is again a 2-day course, so you have to attend both days. And then lastly in September is Communication Skills with Mike Phillips, and that is on Tuesday the 30th from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m, so that is just a 1-day course. And then in October 2025, there's 2 different workshops. So the first is Assertiveness and Me, and that is on Tuesday the 7th from 10 till 4 p.m. And then Managing Stress and Wellbeing on Tuesday the 14th, again from 10 till 4 p.m. So they're both in October and both 1-day events. All of the above events, so that's September and October, are taking place at One Place East office. That's Ilford Chambers, 11 Chapel Road, Ilford, Essex, IG1 2DR. You can view the full details of the above workshops by scanning the QR code or visiting oneplaceeast.org/what-we-do/the-talent-network. For more information, please contact Andy on 0208 925 2435, on his mobile at 07472 813 966, or email andy.murphy@oneplaceeast.org. So that link and QR code do take you to the website, and there is a booking form where you can book onto any of the 5 courses. So yeah, if you need any assistance with booking, support with booking, then do contact the office, because we'll be more than happy to help you. And that is the end of page 9. So page 10 is split into 2 parts. So top half, which is probably about a third of the page, to be honest, is a flyer. The background image for the flyer is of a lady who has her index finger on the middle of her eyes, so above her nose, and the top heading is Emotional Freedom Technique, that's EFT for short. EFT is a wonderful technique that has had life-changing impacts. This approach involves tapping on specific energy meridian points on the body while focusing on a specific stress or traumatic memory, helping to release negative emotions and promote healing. So we have 3 dates for EFT workshops coming up. First is the Wednesday the 30th of July, then Wednesday the 27th of August, and then Wednesday the 24th of September. So all dates are held at the One Place East office and are all from 3 till 4 p.m. And if you would like to book, please contact Andy on 0208 925 2435 or email andy.murphy@oneplaceeast.org. And then below that, with the other 2/3 of the page, is a short flyer for Mental Health First Aid, in brackets MHFA for short, refresher course, which is online. So this course is only aimed at people who have already completed their mental health first aid training, ideally 3 years ago, and so it only lasts for 3 years, and then you have to do a refresher. So if you haven't already completed a mental health first aid training, then please disregard this, because this is not for you. So it says this course is for people who completed their training 3 years ago and now need to refresh their accreditation. Ensure your mental health knowledge, awareness and skills are up to date. We believe that mental health should be treated equally to physical health. Just like physical first aid, we recommend mental health first aiders take the refresher course every 3 years to ensure their mental health knowledge, awareness and skills are up to date. This course is designed for individuals who already certified mental health first aiders or who have completed a level 3 qualification in mental health. Investing in this refresher course doesn't just benefit you. By keeping your skills sharp, you help create a healthier, more supportive environment where everyone can thrive. A better understanding of mental health and less stigma ripples out into communities with the potential to improve and save lives. So this is taking place on Tuesday the 22nd of July from 9 till 1 p.m, and that will be online via Zoom. The course is not free. It is £80 per person, but the recommended retail price is £150, so that's just below 50% off. To book, you can scan the QR code or visit tinyurl.com/MHFA refresher OPE. For more information or support with booking, you can contact the One Place East office. And that is the end of page 10. Page 11 is a full-page article for Vision Redbridge Culture and Leisure. So that's the Redbridge Outdoor Arts. So at the very top of the page, there is a really lovely image, which probably takes up about a third of the page, of loads of ladies dressed in saris, very beautiful, colourful saris. And they're outside and they appear to be doing some type of performance. They've all got one hand up to the right hand side, and none of them are looking at the camera. They're obviously very deep in their performance, but they've all got really big smiles on their faces, and the picture is actually taken outside. It looks like it might be Valentine's Mansion, if I'm honest, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. Underneath that is a purple text box with white text, which reads, Redbridge Outdoor Arts celebrate South Asian Heritage Month. You are invited to Mughal Miniatures, Animal Paradise by Sonia Sabri Company. Hopefully I've pronounced all that correctly. And then there are 2 dates of performances. So the first is Saturday the 26th of July from 11. Oh no, not from 11. There's a performance at 11 a.m. and then a performance at 2 p.m. And that is outside Fulwell Cross Library in Barkingside High Street, IG6 2EA. And the second lot of performances is on Sunday the 27th of July. And that's for 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. So 2 separate times in Ilford Town Centre, IG1 1LL. Then it reads, what is it about? Mughal Miniatures Animal Paradise is a colourful outdoor performance for all the family, which celebrates Indian and Persian miniature painting. The streets of Redbridge will transform into palace gardens. Dancers become proud peacocks and cheeky gazelles, but tranquility is shattered as fearsome hunters spot their prey. Will harmony and balance be restored? It's free, relaxed fun for all ages, and each show is 25 minutes long, with seating available for those who wish to sit and watch, with plenty of room for wheelchairs and pushchairs. This show is a visual dance performance with no speech. Contact Sarah at culture@visionrcl.org.uk with any access needs to request an easy read document and to book a touch tour. For the full programme, visit visionrcl.org.uk/ROA, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Redbridge Arts for all the latest information about our shows. Check out the full programme through to October 2025 by scanning the QR code, and that is pictured to the left. So yeah, we have actually been down to some of their performances and they're amazing. So if you are in the area and you do like performances of any kind, then I would suggest going to check it out. And that is the end of page 11. Page 12, which you'll be pleased to know is the final page of this newsletter, although we do have one other insert that I need to go over. But the top of page 12 is the Redbridge Photography Awards are back, bigger and better than ever is the heading. On the left-hand side, there is, I guess you would call it a logo for Redbridge Photography Awards, which is basically someone whose hands you can just see holding up a phone taking a picture of a park. And then above that, there is a white Redbridge logo and then white text, which reads Redbridge Photography Awards 2025. So the text reads, get your cameras ready and share your best snaps of life in Redbridge. Our borough is home to some of the country's most stunning parks, striking architecture and vibrant communities, and we want to see them through your lens. Entry is completely free and winners will be invited to a special awards ceremony where their photos will be unveiled in a public exhibition. Winning entries will also be featured and celebrated in the autumn edition of Redbridge Life, as well as being on display at Redbridge Central Library. And that's not all. They've got some fantastic prizes up for grabs this year, including a personalised trophy, a £50 John Lewis voucher, a £10 Amazon voucher, an open sailing session at Fairlop Outdoor Activity Centre, and a free paddleboarding session at Fairlop Outdoor Activity Centre, and much more. And I will say there was an extremely long list of prizes that you win if you win this award. But I was only able to include some of them because it would have just made the back page way too long. So do check out the website, which is at engage.redbridge.gov.uk/RPA-2025. And on the left, there is a QR code that can be scanned that takes you straight to that site. But yeah, no, do check it out because honestly, there's probably twice as many prizes that we have mentioned in this. So if you are good at taking photos, I'd definitely recommend taking part because you could win a lot of prizes. So yeah, and then underneath that, as always, there is the advert for the One Place Is Talking newsletter, which I do not need to discuss with you because you are listening to it right now. So you're obviously very aware that we offer this. And then underneath there is Save Paper and Save Trees. So it's trying to encourage people who get the paper version of the newsletter through post to sign up to our email version instead because of saving the planet, but also saving costs. And then underneath is our social media handles for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, Spotify and YouTube, which are all at One Place East. And then lastly on the bottom is our funding logos, which are London Borough of Redbridge, NHS North East London, MOPAC, Cadbury Awarding Body, Colours of Redbridge, the Community Fund for Lottery and Lloyds Bank Foundation. And then just under that is our registered office, which is One Place East Limited, registered charity number 1065770, and company limited by guarantee number 3115971. And then at the very bottom it just says produced by Jodie Roast, which is me, and that is page 12 of 12. So as mentioned, there is one final insert, which you'll be happy to know is a short one. So also enclosed in the newsletter or attached if it's via email is a flyer for our 30 Laps for 30 Years fundraiser. So the flyer background is there's a lot of trees and then like a path, and in the middle is a logo for celebrating 30 years. So that is for One Place East. So you might know that we were founded in 1995. So 2025, this year, is our 30th anniversary. So we are doing some fundraising, and Andrew Longhurst, who is one of our trustees but also a volunteer for the organisation and a very incredible one at that, there's a photo of him in his outdoor walking equipment, and he will be doing, supported by a load of us, so that would be both staff, volunteers and service users. He is going to be doing 30 laps of South Park, which is in Ilford, for 30 years. So a lap per every year we've been around. And if you are able to support, so that is in one of three ways, either sharing our flyer or our donate link on your social media platforms, by donating by scanning the QR code on the flyer or visiting www.tinyurl.com/30 for 30 OPE, or to come and join us on the day, as there will be a load of us going down there to support. Some of us will be doing the walk with him, so he'll be doing 30 laps. I don't think anyone else has the stamina to do 30 laps, but if you do, please shout us. But some of us are just going to go down and do some of the laps with him, just so that he's not walking around on his own. So if you would like to share, donate or join, or all of the three, that would be incredible and would really appreciate it. And all of the funds will obviously go to One Place East. So yeah, if you want to talk about that in further detail, then please feel free to call me on 079 44 119 899, or email me at Jodie, JODIE.roast, as in roast chicken, at oneplaces.org. And that is the end of that flyer insert. So that is the end of the One Place Is Talking newsletter for July 2025. If you would like more information or support with booking onto anything included in this newsletter, please contact the One Place East office on 0208 925 2435, or you can email info@oneplaceeast.org. If you would prefer to communicate by text or WhatsApp, please feel free to contact myself, Jodie, on 07944 119 899. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to speaking to you all in August.